Good day. I'm Lateesha with Soul Spread Wisdom, and I have some rich bread to share with your souls today. Today we are talking about this new moon, this black moon in the sign of Leo. And as we talk about this upcoming new moon, which is happening on the 18th of August at 9:42 p.m. Central Standard Time, I cannot help but think about the research that I was doing on the animal, the lion. I just created a video and posted it a couple days ago on the fire element. And I watched a documentary video on the lion, just watching how they move, how they operate in the wild, what is natural to them. And those energies of the animal, we can take and we can learn from those as we study the signs to see how the energies will be introduced into our lives at this time. So this new moon in Leo, of course, is a black moon. And there has been so much talk and so much emphasis on what is happening in the sign of Capricorn. There is a square. We're in the middle of it right now as I'm recording this. The square was exact today between Saturn, between Pluto and Mars. Of course, Saturn and Jupiter are in the mix as well because all three of them are in the sign of Capricorn. But Mars is in Aries and making an exact square to Pluto, which is this challenging energy. And I have been hearing information all day that has had that tint and that overbearingness and the frustration that has come along with these two signs. I've been hearing about it and from it all day from various people. And I had a situation today where it impacted me early this morning, but I was ready for it. I was aware of what was going on in the sky. That's the beauty of astrology. So even though there is this squaring energy that is happening, this new moon is bringing in an ease. It is bringing in a gift of light in the darkness. The beauty of this moon, of this Leo sun and moon coming together at 26 degrees of Leo is that it is bringing us sight in the darkness. It is bringing us sight and how to see our way, even though we are in the midst of these powerful squaring energies. Because Mars is making a trine to the sun and moon. Mars in Aries is making a trine, which is an easy aspect to the sun and moon that are in the sign of Leo. Mars will be at 24 degrees and the sun and moon are at 26 degrees. Well, in numerology, what is significant about the number 26? The number 26 reduces down to the number 8. Take 2 plus 6 and it is 8. And it carries the energy of the number 8. We just on 8-8 had the Lionsgate energy, where we know that there is a portal of power that is open for us each year on August 8th during the Leo season. There is extra power coming in with the number 8. The significance of the number 8 is that it is a number of manifestation. Within the number 8, we see that we go up into the ethers and we come down, bringing down into manifestation that which we have gone up and grabbed in the spirit realm and bring it down into the earth. There is a portal opening of power for us during this new moon. Yes, Saturn is still squaring Mars, Pluto is still squaring Mars, and Jupiter are still squaring Mars. And they are heavy hitters, and they are powerful. But at the end of the day, the sun is in his own sign, in the sign of Leo. And Mars is in his own sign. Mars, again, is this ram that is leading out, that is ready to climb the mountain, and that has the power to do so in his own sign. He is in shadow. He is slowing down for his retrograde that is coming up on September 9th, but he is still moving direct and is bringing us some gold power. So if we have already been working on something in these particular areas of our lives, where the Leo house is and the Aries house is, if we've already been working on something and we've been coming up against the blocks, coming up against the challenges that are there with the Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter in Capricorn making the square, making it more challenging, we are getting a reprieve at this time. We are getting a push of energy to help us keep going. Not only that, we are getting sight in the darkness. As I said, I was studying the lion. And as you study the lion, you see that the lion is so powerful and so gifted that it is able to see in the dark. If it has a goal in mind, if it has set out its mind to go and accomplish something, which for the lion is hunting, but for us, in whatever house this is in, this area of life for us, if we have goals that we are set to achieve, if there is a passion or a drive or desire that we have in that area of life for us in our chart, we are able to see in the dark. Meaning that throughout the challenges of 2020, we may have felt drained. As soon as you try to go forward, you get pushed, 5 steps back. You take 1 step forward, you get pushed back 4 steps. But this energy right here is an overcoming energy. There are hurdles that are before us. There are. But we are given the sight with the sun. We have the divine masculine, the sun, and the divine feminine coming together and working together to bring us the energy of this portal, able to see in the dark. The moon is dark, no reflective light, but the sun is there in its power. And they are united. The sun and the moon are united, one heart and one mind, to be able to help us here to push forward. Mars in the mix is here to help us, give us the strength, give us the motivation to be able to continue on with what it is that we have already set out to accomplish. With Leo, the sun in the sign of Leo, we are able to have the bravery. We are able to have the strength. We are able to have the fortitude. And we have the sight because the sun is there. Regardless of how dark it has seemed, regardless of how low things have looked, this new moon is offering us light in the dark and sight in the darkness, to be able to create anew, to be able to figure out a better way forward, to be able to know how to pivot and turn. As I was studying those lions, the lion shows its brilliance. This lion family, this pride, they had not eaten in 3 days. They had not eaten in 3 days. There were the baby cubs. There was the daddy lion and the mama lion. And of course, in the pride, the females do most of the hunting. And so the situation was such that, again, they had not eaten in 3 days. So during the day, the mama was searching for food. And during the night, the mama was searching for food. because she had to feed her cubs. She had to feed herself first, and she had to feed her cubs. She had to do what she had to do. Coming up against Saturn opposition, Saturn square, and Pluto square, and Jupiter squaring Mars. How we take action. This is a real thing. It is a real thing. But the lesson from the lion is that you keep going and you will overcome. You keep going and you will overcome. You keep going in spite of all of the challenges. You keep going even though you feel tired. You keep going even though you are hungry. You keep going even though you don't see the way. You know sight is coming. You know that clarity is coming to you to be able to see your way forward. And that is what this moon is offering to us. So the mama lion is out searching at night. She's searching during the day. Finally, she makes a kill. And she makes that kill and she drags that animal. It was a gazelle. She drags that gazelle out of the way so that she could eat it in peace. She ate, and then her cubs came and they ate. And they had some more that they wanted to eat. But she was brilliant enough to be able to take the stomach out and to bury the stomach there so that the hyenas and the other animals who would be looking for that, because they would have the scent of it, and they would come and bother the lion. So this lion was so brilliant that she was able to know how to throw the scent off to the haters. She was able to move in such a way that what she had gained through her hard work would not be taken by the haters, would not be taken by the poachers, would not be taken by those who did not want to see her succeed. So she buried the stomach in the ground and dragged that gazelle into the bush so that she and her children could continue to eat in peace. Very brilliant hunters, very wise in movement. The other thing with the wisdom of the lion is that the lion, though it has a big, huge roar, it is towering over other animals. 400 pounds, over 400 pounds is the male. And he knows his strength. He knows his power. And he stands brave in it when it is necessary. He will let out that roar, and he has that large mane so that other animals know, don't come this way, or you better be ready for what it is. But at the same time, with that same wisdom, the lion knows when it's time to be quiet so that he can hear what is going on around him. The lion knows when it is time to be as quiet as a mouse, to be hidden, so that he can move in such a way that he will have the victory. And that is the lesson for us. At this time of this new moon, in the darkness of the moon, we have an opportunity to get quiet and to get the direction from Spirit. Get the direction from the ancestors on our next move. I already been working on a project and it's been looking like it's hindered. What is my next course of action? Which way should I step next? Because there is a window here. Mars making its trine to the sun and moon. There is a window here for movement, for overcoming, for being able to jump over the hurdles that stand in front of us. But wisdom is the key. Time in the quiet during this full moon is the key, so that you will have the insight, the inner sight on how to move successfully during this time. So as you think about this moon, I'm going to go through the houses. I'm going to go through the 12 signs where you may see this in your life, and talk about some of the things and some of the ways that this energy may show up for you. But remember that this is a portal energy for manifestation for you. Be listening to Spirit. Which way to go? What to do next if there has been a block standing for you? There is always a way forward. There is always a way to overcome. Timing is everything. And this is a perfect time to get the answers that you need from Spirit. So Aries, for you, this is happening. The sun, the sun and moon are in your 5th house. Mars is in your house, in your 1st house. This is for Aries, sun, moon, rising. But Aries rising in particular, this Mars is standing in your 1st house, and the sun and moon are in your 5th house. So this very much could have to do with your children. If you don't have children, it could have to do with your business that you're starting, or if you have a hobby that you have launched into a business and you've been working on it and you've done the paperwork and you're trying to get it off the ground, but there are blocks, there are hindrances in the way for you being able to push this thing forward. This is an opportunity for you to get the wisdom and the insight that you need for you to be able to overcome, to cross over the hurdle and bring in the success that you want. You could have a child that is going off to college, and there has been a block getting in the way. The school didn't have the paperwork done in time, and they're not able to register for classes in time. It's August, and school is probably starting in the next couple of weeks. There could be some hindrances that have happened for your child in this area, but it could be opened up for you. It could be opened up for you at this time. You could get the insight in what you need, a simple fix, or they fixed it, the school fixed it, and the paperwork went through, and the child is able to start school on time. These are just a couple of things that could be happening for you. Also, Aries, you could be in a love relationship. And the love relationship could have been receiving some kind of blocks because the person that you are in the relationship with hasn't been able to take time off work. His supervisor or her supervisor won't let them off, so you haven't been able to spend time, or they've had to travel, so you haven't been able to spend time. And so this is a window of opportunity for you to be able to make time, for you to be able to find time to be together and express what it is that Mars expresses and the sun expresses, passion. This is the time when you could be expressing passion in this love relationship, coming together in a dynamic way, okay, to push it forward. For Taurus, this Mars is in your 12th house, and the sun and the moon will be in your 4th house. So this absolutely, with Mars in your 12th house, they're making this square to Pluto, which is in your 9th house. It's been about beliefs. It's been about a transformation of what it is that you believe spirituality is, and what religion is, and what it should be, and how it should be showing up in your life. And then it's linked to family, 4th house. So there could have been, a block in your heart and mind, Leo, heart, your heart and mind about what family taught you. Could be anger in the subconscious mind about your religious beliefs, and how perhaps you were not given the freedom to believe what it is that you want to believe, that other people or foreign people and foreign beliefs should be like. And then so there is an anger that could come up, but at the same time, it is a liberation. There is truth that is seen. Um, in your dreams, 12th house, in your dreams, you could get a breakthrough about what to do with the house. There could have been legal issues, ninth house, legal issues about some land that you are trying to buy, Taurus, rising in particular, sun and moon too. You may have been trying to buy some land, or you may have been trying to sell a house. But then there are blockages that could have been coming up with legal issues, ninth house, Pluto, power and control, and them saying that you don't have the documents right. So we're not able to sell the house, or we're not able to buy the house. This sort of thing could have been happening. But because of this trine happening between Mars and the sun and the moon, in the dark, you figure out which way to go. It comes to you in your dream. Spirit speaks to you. The ancestors speak to you. And then you know which way to go. You know which way to move forward. Saturn is still there. Pluto is still there. Jupiter is still there, challenging Mars. But you get the insight that you need to be able to move forward. When we have these squares, like Mars is squaring Pluto, and Saturn and all of them are in the mix, and Jupiter, it doesn't mean it cannot happen. What it means is that it's going to take more work and more time. But this illumination between Mars and the sun and the moon, like I said, is giving you the insight to know what to do. Because a lot of times, if you just know what to do, then you can move, and it makes the process that much easier. Okay? Then we have Gemini. Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. Aries is going to be in your 11th house of groups, and Mars is there. The sun and the moon will be in your 3rd house of communication. This is a very social breakthrough. It is somebody who is a part of your group blessing you with some information. You could be part of a sorority. You could be part of a fraternity. This could be the church that you belong to. And it's a part of your community. 3rd house is a part of your community. And there could have been a block for you in the information that you were trying to receive from this group. Or you could have been about to get some accolades, get a promotion, get acknowledgement for work that you have done, but it's been blocked. And then you get some information, you get an understanding from somebody you socialize with, from somebody you're a friend with. They put you on game, and they let you know this is what you should be doing in order to get the promotion. This is who you need to go talk to. This is who they give you a networking key. I know this person right here. If you go talk to, they give you a name. You go talk to John Brown, and John Brown can put you in touch with this, and he can help you start what you are trying to start. Or you could have been trying to get your YouTube channel going. You know, you could have been trying to launch your information on the internet, launch a brand on the internet, your small business over the internet, trying to get it going. That's 3rd house, trying to get your small business happening. And you've been running into some challenges, running into some issues as far as resources are concerned. Run into issues where people have said, I'll give you the money. I'll give you the money to start your small business and this sort of thing. Investors to invest in your business. But then there is an issue, some kind of power control issue, Pluto squaring Mars. But then you get the insight. Again, you get the information of who you need to go talk to and how they can help you get the whole situation resolved, how you can overcome the blockages between Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. Okay, that's an example. And then we go on to Cancer. So Cancer, um, you're going to have Aries in your 10th house. You're going to have Mars there in the 10th house. And then Leo is going to be in your second house. So the Sun and Moon will be in your second house. So this, of course, has to do with career and income. So the 10th house and the second house has to do with the income and your career that you're in. So here is an opportunity for Cancer risings. Even though Mars is making a square to Cancer, in these two areas of your life, they're making a trine. So here is a breakthrough for you as it relates to your career. Things could have been blocked um, with you trying to sign contracts and get partnerships together. As this is in your seventh house, Capricorn, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, they're in your seventh house. And it is making an opposition to your sign, Cancer, and then it's making a square to Mars in your house of career. So this has been a really, really challenging time for you, but you get a reprieve with Mars and Leo as it relates to your income. This is you getting the light bulb. The light bulb is going off, Cancer, for you as it relates to what you can do with your career. Which way forward? Being blocked by others, seventh house, being blocked by people telling you, no, we can't do that. Them trying to, put their power over you and dictate to you what you can and cannot do. This is you. The light bulb comes on how you can make more income, how you can move your career forward. You know, what it is you've already been working on, and you may be able to just make a shift. You may be able to make a lateral change. I was talking to somebody today, and they're working. They like what they do. They love what they do. They're doing what they love, but the place that they are in and doing the work, they don't like the environment. So this is an opportunity for them to shift laterally to another location because they're already an entrepreneur. So they just need to find a different location to do the work. So this is that type of insight. Okay, breaking it down in your mind. I don't like where I am. Don't necessarily. I feel blocked by those who are in charge, but I like what I'm doing. So I can just shift over here, and this opportunity for me to make more money at this different location, perhaps doing what I like. Or if you are doing something that you don't necessarily like, this is an opportunity for you to shift, and you will be able to get the insight. Now, I do want to say Mars is in shadow. Mars is in shadow. So when Mars is in shadow, about to go retrograde, the energy is still similar to when Mars is in retrograde, which means that if you start something brand new that you have not been doing before, you haven't been working on it at all, you just decide to do something because Mars is impulsive, then when Mars goes back direct, you may have to go back and come back forward again. And I know I've done that. I shared that in a reading that I was doing the other day, that I took a big move during Mars retrograde. Mars is in shadow right before it went retrograde, and I made a big move states away and started doing something brand new. And then I had to come back to square one, revamp the whole thing. Now, what I started doing, I continued the work that I was doing, but I had to revamp it all, and it was an upward climb doing this during the Mars retrograde shadow and Mars retrograde, and then to have to go all the way back. So when Mars is in shadow like it is now, about to go retrograde, if you can make a shift in doing something that you've already been doing, and tweak it, because you're going to get the insight to be able to tweak it so that you're not making just a big, huge leap of newness, then it could be easier for you. And then once Mars goes direct in January 2nd, it'll be completely out of shadow, then you will have even more information. You'll have even more insight about what it is that you should be doing next. If you want to start something that is just temporary, Mars retrograde will work great for that. Something temporary that you know you don't want to do that long term, but right now you just need to make some money. You need to get out of the situation that you're in because it's toxic. You know what I mean? Mars squaring Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter. You could have a toxic boss. You know, it could be hell on wheels for you. So you need to just shift and do something where you can make some money temporarily. This is a good time to do it. You know, and Mars meeting up with the sun in this beautiful trine in the moon will give you the insight, like I said, the wisdom in the dark to be able to make that move. Okay? Then we go to, we did Leo. Okay, so Leo, we did Cancer. So Leo, rising, sun, moon. Aries is in your ninth house. Leo, and of course the sun and moon are in your sign. So right now you are shining, of course, because the sun and the moon are in your sign, and it is making this beautiful trine to your ninth house. So this is an opportunity for you to meet maybe foreign people, take a higher education if you want to go to university and take some classes. This is an opportunity for you to do that, for it to open up for you. If it's been blocked for you, this is an opportunity for you to open up and be able to get approved, get your application approved. If you've had a legal issue, some legal battle has been going on, this is that thing. You've been able to overcome it. You getting the good news. It's coming in that, you know, the case has been dropped even. It could be like that. The case has been dropped and you thought you were going to have to pay so much money only to find out that the court dismissed it. You know, it could come in like that for you. If you have a child, you know, similar to the Aries information because it's dealing with the fire houses, which is going to be the 1st, the 5th, and the 9th. If you are have a child wanting to go into higher education, this too, just like I said for Aries, this too could be the opening for your child to go off to university. Okay, so whatever the case, it is shining for you with higher knowledge, higher information, religion, um, finding an understanding or an appreciation for a new religion, finding your place in a new religion, you know, hankering down into it and finding out your voice. And this is the religion that I want to be a part of. And it is something fresh and new, but it's empowering to you. You see the light in it. You see yourself in it. You see truth in it for yourself. Okay? Then we move on to Virgo. So Virgo, you're going to have Aries in your 8th house. You're going to have Mars in your 8th house, and you're going to have the sun and moon in your 12th house. So these are the houses of secrets. These are the houses of things that are hidden. Spirituality, psychology, unconscious fears, 12th house. 8th house is taboo things that have to do with the occult and have to do with things that we don't talk about, you know. So for Virgos, this could be you getting a breakthrough in your mind where perhaps you could not understand why some things were as it related even to your childhood. Fears being released, subconscious fears that you had. Maybe you had a fear of the dark. There are grown people who still have fear of the dark because of a subconscious fear, something that happened in a past life or in their mother's womb that they have fear of the dark. This could come through. You get some knowledge illuminated with the sun and the moon in your 12th house. Things are illuminated for you. You're able to see the truth of a situation, making this trine to Mars in the 8th house. And you're able to see the truth of the situation, and the fear is gone. That phobia is gone and released from you. This could be a time for you with hidden bed pleasures. If you have a lover and you are keeping it on the low, this could be a time where you are able to come together secretly. Maybe you've been talking on the phone and trying to work it out and come together and make things come together. This could be a time under this new moon where these energies are able to come together and you're able to make fire happen. You're able to have this moment of intimacy, 8th house, and secretly, which is probably how you want it to be, secretly at this time, under this new moon. But you're able to figure out how to make it work and make it happen, and it'd be a beautiful thing for you. Also, this could be 8th house has to do with resources. So with Mars sitting here in your 8th house, Virgo, this could be an opportunity for you to get some insight on resources, how to tap in and get the SBA loan. And you didn't know about it, but now you're able to get the understanding of how to figure the information out. It just came to you. I'm going to go ahead and submit my application, and you know how to do it. Or if you're trying to get a loan, get resources for um, some project that you may have, because 8th house has to do with projects. Resources. So resources for your husband may have been blocked, or your spouse, your wife, or your husband could have been blocked, or your partner. And with this Mars here in the 8th house, this is an opportunity for that money to show up for you, to come through for you, through your spouse. And it could have been blocked for you, but open for your spouse. Okay? So this is something that could happen. Now we go to Libra. So Libra, you're going to have Mars in your 7th house in opposition to you. And then you're going to have the 11th house is where the sun and the moon will be for you. So we're talking about the houses of people that you deal with. These are the people in your neighborhood. So I don't know why that song came in my mind randomly. So people that you deal with, people that you are partnered up with, your spouse, 7th house, and then the groups of people that you hang out with. Again, the church members, sorority members. Mars is here. Again, accolades. 11th house is accolades. So it could be accolades for your partner, or a partnership that you linked up with. The duo that you had caused you to be able to see your way forward in a project, and you receive accolades from it, from the work that you were able to put out with this partner. Working together with somebody else, you figure out how to make this thing go. It could be more clients coming in for you. Sun in the 11th house, sun and moon in the 11th house, new moon, accolades, people talking about the good work that you've done, and Mars is here. And so you could have been having some challenging clients, Mars in the 7th house. You could have been having challenging clients, Libra. But then when the sun comes into the 11th house and makes this beautiful trine, the sun and moon, then there is a peace. There's an understanding that you receive, or you get an understanding how to work with this client better, how to bring peace into the situation. Because, of course, Libra, you are the sign of diplomacy and peace. So you figure out, you get the insight from somebody that you talk to. They tell you, hey, why don't you try this? it would be great if you go ahead and, but why don't you buy the person some flowers? Why don't you take them to dinner, take them to a business lunch or business dinner? Or if it's your partner and things have been challenging between you, someone that you talk to at work may say to you, my wife and I, we had problems like this, so we went to see a counselor, and they give you some information, some knowledge, so that you will be able to work best with your partner or somebody that you are partnering with. Okay? So this is an example. And then we go on to our Scorpio. So Scorpio, you're going to have Aries in the sixth house. And so Mars will be in your sixth house. And then you will have um, Leo in your 10th house. You will have the sun and moon in the sign of Leo in the 10th house. So Mars is in this placement of daily activity for you. It is about health and how you take care of your body, and are you getting up and going to brush your teeth every morning, and you get up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, and then you go take the dog for a walk, and your daily activities. And then you take your pills and you take your vitamins, your daily routines as a sixth house. And if you work with other people, these are your co-workers that you work with alongside day to day. So with Mars there, it could have been very challenging, especially making that square to Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, which is in your third house, coming down here to the sixth house, making this challenge of, the people that you work with. Communication could be hard, could be challenging, just not good for, Scorpio risings with the people that you work with on a day-to-day basis. Well, with Mars making this trine to the 10th house of your career, with the moon and the sun, you could have a beautiful situation with your boss. So the sun could be your boss. Sun and moon, you could have a male boss, a female boss. And so trying with Mars, you could get a promotion. You could get moved to a different section. You've been into it with these people over here in pod A. And because of this trine coming in, easing the situation for you, you get moved to pod E on the other side of the building with people you can work better with. This is a way that, this could be blessing your life coming in. Or if you have had some health issues, you've had a health scare during this time with this, with the square coming in, you could hear some good news from the doctor. You could hear some good news. Mars is about surgery, so you could have had to have gone for a surgery. And with this sun coming in like this, the surgery goes well. Or they thought it was going to have to be a larger surgery. And then you find out that it's minor. Or they don't have to do the surgery at all. It could happen like that for you. Or if you have a pet, that the pet was sick and they thought that the pet was going to have surgery, same thing. You could find out that the pet doesn't need the surgery or doesn't need as large of a surgery. Okay, so these are some things that could be happening for you in that area. Or it could flip and you become the boss. 10th house. You could get promoted and become the supervisor over those people who were giving you the blues in the 6th house. It can happen like that. Stranger things have happened. Okay, then we go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising, the Aries is going to be in your 5th house, and the sun and the moon will be in your 9th house. So there we have our fire houses again. So we have the Aries in the 5th having to do with the children or entrepreneurship. So Mars is there. Sun and the moon are in the 9th house. So this, for you Sagittarius, what you love is foreign travel, freedom, being able to do the desires of your heart, fifth house. So this could be an opportunity for you to have some foreign travel. It could be an opportunity for you if you've desired that. You've desired to start a business where you are dealing with more foreign clients, or you are dating. You could be dating someone who is from a foreign country. This could be opened up for you. You meet somebody online and they are from a foreign country that you've always been intrigued by, and you are able to hit it off. You meet up and you like each other, you like the same things, you like to travel, you have a similar education, similar backgrounds, and you hit it off. This is the type of thing that can happen. Fifth house, ninth house. Or your child could meet somebody who is from a foreign country and start dating this person, because fifth house has to do with children as well. Or if your child had a legal issue, you know, adult children or underage could have had a legal issue, and it's resolved. It's resolved with the sun and moon in the ninth house, and then making this trine to the fifth house. The whole issue could be completely resolved and done away with in a peaceful way. Okay, so those are some examples for you, Sagittarius. And then we move on to Capricorn. So for Capricorn, we're going to have Aries in the fourth house, and we're going to have the sun and moon in the eighth house. Okay, and this is for our Capricorn rising. So we have sun and moon in this house of hidden things, things that you have hidden from other people, illuminating this area for you. This whole time, we have had Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter making a square to your fourth house. Issues with the home, issues with where you live, bringing up issues with the people that you live with, arguing and fussing, and challenges with how you speak to each other, and frustrations coming up. And with this trine to the eighth house, it could happen in such a way that the person that is living there could be moving. They could get some resources. They could get a loan, eighth house, sun and moon there. They could be blessed to get a loan so that they are able to move Mars to their own house, to their own apartment. It could happen like that for you. And then you have peace in the home. It could happen in such a way that if you are trying to have a home business, and you need finances for that business, the sun and the moon in the eighth house, making a trine to Mars, this could open up the doors for you to be able to get the money for that business. If you have a transportation business, Mars, if you have a transportation business, this movement coming in here, you could receive money that you need to be able to buy the vehicles that you need for your transportation business. You could receive more business from clients, people who want to have partner with you and have an intimate partnership with you, go into business with you. This is deeper than seventh house. On paper, this is somebody who has a more intimate relationship with you, with the business, giving you resources, giving you investing in your business. This could be an opening for that coming in with you, for you. That's for Capricorn rising. Okay, then we go to Aquarius rising people. So you're going to have Aries in your third house, and you're going to have the sun and moon in your seventh house. So for you, this could be siblings, people in your neighborhood. This could be cousins and aunties and uncles. And there could have been some fussing and arguing going on with your siblings because of that square that is happening with the sign of Capricorn coming over to Aries. And so for you, this could be a time where you and your sibling are able to get peace, to have peace, um, with the sun making a trine to this third house, Aries, with the sun and moon in your seventh house making this beautiful trine to Aries in your third house. This could be a time where you are able to sit down and talk to each other and be able to communicate with each other in a better way. So you've had the square, Capricorn is in your 12th house. So all of that Plutonic energy and Saturnian energy is happening in your subconscious mind, and your sibling is probably triggering the subconscious fears and subconscious angers that you have had, and all of it bubbling up to the surface. But then when this seventh house, this sun and moon come in here and make this trine, then you're able to come into better communication, better partnership together, better way of saying, hey, let's sit down, let's have a conversation. How am I offending you? How am I making you feel uncomfortable? This is something that could be happening between you and your sibling, or maybe you and your sibling, maybe your sibling or your neighbor has had a problem with your spouse. And so this trine with the sun and moon going to Mars can cause you to be able to see eye to eye. It can cause you to be able to smooth it over. It can cause you to be able to to overcome the issue and come to a resolution. All right? So that's some examples. Then lastly, Pisces, beautiful fish. So you're going to have the sun and moon in your sixth house, and you're going to have Mars in your second house of income. So this is going to be tied to how it is that you are working, your daily activities. The sun and moon are there illuminating your daily activities, what it is that you're doing, and you probably are questioning, do I like my daily routine? Do I need to have a new routine with the sun and moon here? Yes, you need to have a new routine. And then you get the insight on how to get the new routine. You are able to figure it out. You're able to hear from spirit, hear from the ancestors on what you need to do in order to have more peace in your life and have more income in your life. What is it? What type of work do you need to enter into now? What gifts and talents can you bring to the forefront? What is it that you're already doing on a daily basis that you are super good at? And people are like, you know what? You should sell that. And then you have been working on it already. You've already been working on it. Some people are buying it, but you get the insight how to gain more income from what it is that you already do. You're able to tweak it. You're able to get the insight. You're able to get the know-how, how to tweak it, make it work, sell more, put it online, market it to different people so that you have greater income. Mars is in your second house of self-esteem and self-worth. So you get some insight on your daily activity that increases your self-worth and self-esteem. Now, when self-worth and self-esteem increase, your money increases. When your self-esteem and self-worth are low, your money is low because they are linked, 2 and 2. So this could be coming in for you. Also, you could decide you have a pet. If you have your pet with you, sixth house, sun and moon, you could decide to enter your pet into start breeding. You could start breeding animals. You could start breeding animals and selling them, second house, and gain income from that. You get that type of a bright idea come up for you. So that is, those are just some things, some thoughts on the new moon in Leo. I thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. I always respond. I love talking to you. If you would like a reading from me, soulsbreadwisdom.com. Check it out. I really love to do the readings and share the insight that Spirit gives to me. And all right, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed.